ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Next, while discussing this radiation process, we have to discuss about two types of substances. That is diathermanous substances and athermanous substances. So now we are discussing about radiation process. While discussing this radiation process, we have to discuss about two substances. What are those? Are diathermanous substances and athermanous substances. Diathermanous substance means the substance does not absorb heat energy while the energy flowing through that body, the body does not absorb heat energy. So it whatever it may be the energy incident on it completely transferred. So that those type of substances are called diathermanous substances. And one more thing is athermanous. Athermanous substance means the bodies absorb certain amount of heat energy, only remaining amount of heat energy only transferred. So those are called athermanous substances. Diathermanous and athermanous substance. Diathermanous means the substances, those substances does not absorb heat energy while the energy flowing through those bodies, the bodies completely transfers. Those bodies does not absorb any amount of heat energy. So those are called diathermanous. If the substances absorb certain amount of heat energy, only remaining amount of heat energy transferred, those are called athermanous. For example, if 100 joules of heat energy incident, so the total 100 joules of heat energy transferred, those are called diathermanous substances. In this 100 joules, let us say 20 joules absorbed and remaining 80 joules transmitted. Diathermanous substances means, so if the 100 joules of energy incident on that, the total 100 joules must be transferred, those are called diathermanous substance. Certain amount of heat energy absorbed and remaining is transmitted, those are called athermanous substances. So this is two types of substances we have, diathermanous and athermanous substance. So we can also distinguish the people also, we can distinguish this concept. For example, if you people go to the market, in that situation, for example, your mother gave 100 rupees. If some people buy the vegetables like that for total 100 rupees, those are diathermanous people. Some people buy the vegetables only for 80 rupees and remaining 20 rupees keep in your pocket, those are athermanous people. So two types, thermanous and athermanous, two types of substances. And this is based on radiation process, we are discussing about radiation process. So now based on this, so let Q amount of heat energy, incident on the body, let Q amount of heat energy is incident on that body. In that, certain part of heat energy is reflected and certain part of heat energy is absorbed and certain part of heat energy is transmitted. Total heat energy incident on any one body is let Q be the amount of heat energy incident. In that incident heat energy, some part of heat energy is reflected, some part is absorbed, some part is transmitted. Some part is transmitted. So that is the situation. So total Q is the amount of heat energy. Let us say 2000 rupees will give. If your father give you 2000 rupees of money, if you give 500 rupees to your father again, so that is reflection. You keep 100 rupees, you keep 1000 rupees and one more 500 rupees give to other one, your friend. That is transmission. 1000 rupees is absorption. Like that. So total amount of heat energy incident is Q. In that R is the reflecting reflection of energy, and A is the absorption of energy, and T is the transmitting energy. So Q is the amount of heat energy incident on that body, R is the reflection heat energy, A is the absorption energy, and T is the transmission heat energy. So from this we can write Q is equals to R plus A plus T. R plus A plus T, that means reflection, absorption, transmission, total is equals to incident. So let us say, so Q by Q is equals to R by Q, dividing on both sides with Q, dividing on both sides with R by Q plus A by Q plus T by Q. So Q by Q is 1, R by small r, small a plus small t, R plus A plus T. So that means here R by Q is equals to small r, this is called reflectance. Capital R by Q is called small r, that is called reflectance, and capital A by Q is equals to small a, that is called absorbance, that is called absorbance, and capital T by Q, that is equals to small t, that is called transmittance. Reflectance, absorbance, and are reflective power, absorptive power, so transmitting power. So that is reflectance plus absorbance plus transmittance is equals to 1. So here R plus A plus T is equals to 1. Here if R is equals to 0, then A plus T is equals to 1. If R is equals to 0, then A plus T is equals to 1. So that means this body is called very bad reflector. So because reflectance is equals to 0, so there is no amount of heat energy reflecting here. Some part of heat energy absorbing, some part of heat energy is transmitting. Only that the reflecting is 0. So that's why this body is called a very bad reflector, very bad reflector. So next here, in this situation, if A is greater than T, then the body is good absorber. If R is equals to 0, definitely that body is a very bad reflector. If A plus T equals to 1, in this, if A is greater than T, then that body is called good absorber. Or if T is greater than A, then the body is good transmitter. Then that body is good transmitter. So that is the situation. If R equals to 0, then A plus T is equals to 1. R equals to 0, A plus T is equals to 1. So R0 means there is no reflection. That means A plus T is equals to 1. If A is greater than T, so that means more absorption when compared to transmission. So that means certain amount of energy incident on that body absorbs more energy and only less amount of energy is transmitted. So that situation is called, that body is a very good absorber. Next, if T is greater than A, so that means that body transmitting more and absorbing less, then that body is a good transmitter. That body is called good transmitter. So now in the same way, so here in this situation R plus A plus T is equals to 1. If R plus A plus T is equals to 1. Now in this situation, if R is equals to 0 and T is equals to 0, then A is equals to 1. R equals to 0, T is equal to, that means the body does not reflecting any heat energy, does not transmitting any heat energy, and whatever is the energy incident, if that body absorbs total energy, then that is called, that body is, this is a perfect absorber. Perfect absorber. If the whatever is the total energy incident on that body, if the body absorbs all the energy, then that is called a perfect absorber. Next, in R plus A plus T is equals to 1, if A equals to 0 and T equals to 0, then R is equals to 1. So that means there is no absorption, there is no transmission. Whatever is the heat energy incident, the total heat energy must be reflected. Whatever is the heat energy incident, the total heat energy must be reflected. So that is A equals to T equals to 0, then R equals to 1. Therefore, R plus 0 is equals to 1. So that is, R equals to 1 already. So this is called, this is the perfect reflector. If R equals to 1, that body is called the perfect reflector. So this is perfect absorber and this is the perfect reflector. Next, in the same way, R plus A plus T is equals to 1. If R is equals to 0, A is equals to 0, then T is equals to 1. So total amount of heat energy incident must be transmitted. Whatever is the heat energy incident, the total heat energy must be transmitted. So that's for this is perfect transmitter. So these are the three bodies. The one body is a perfect absorber, perfect reflector, perfect transmitter. So these are the three types of the bodies here based on this. So next, Prevost theory of heat exchange. Prevost theory of heat exchange. Prevost theory of heat exchange means, so generally some bodies gains heat energy, some bodies losses heat energy. Some bodies gains heat energy, some bodies losses heat energy. So that is depending on the situation. But from what temperature onwards the body starts gaining heat energy or the body starts losing heat energy? From what temperature it is? So that is called Prevost theory of heat exchange. If the temperature of the body is if the temperature of the body is greater than absolute zero, if the temperature of the body is greater than absolute zero. What is absolute zero? Absolute zero means 0 Kelvin. 0 Kelvin means minus 273 degrees Celsius. If the temperature of the body is greater than absolute zero, then that body is ready to absorb or ready to emit heat energy. So this is a Prevost theory of heat exchange. This must be explained by the scientist named Prevost. So that's why this. If any body must exchange of heat energy takes place, exchange of heat energy, that means either gaining of heat energy or losing of heat energy. Gaining of heat energy or losing of heat energy must be starts if the temperature of the body is greater than absolute zero. If the temperature of the body greater than absolute zero means 0 Kelvin or minus 273 degrees Celsius, 0 Kelvin or minus 273 degrees Celsius. If this temperature reaches to this position, then that is the body ready to gain. If the temperature of the surroundings is more than the temperature of the body, then the body gains heat energy. If the temperature of the surroundings is less than the temperature of the body, then the body loses heat energy. So that is the situation. Either exchange of heat, that means gaining of heat energy or losing of heat energy takes place. At what temperature? If the temperature of the body is more than 0 Kelvin. So that is the Prevost theory of heat exchange. Next. Now we can discuss about two definitions here, emissive power and absorptive power. Emissive power, when the body emits heat energy. Absorptive power, how the body absorbs heat energy. That is called emissive power and absorptive power. How the body emits and how the body absorbs. So first we can discuss about emissive power. Emissive power. So E, capital E, it is denoted with capital E. So emissive power, how the body emits heat energy. When the body emits heat energy, if the temperature of the body must be greater than surroundings, then the body emits heat energy. Then the body emits heat energy. Here perfect absorbers are perfect emitters. So perfect absorbers are perfect emitters. If the body gains all the amount of heat energy incident, then that body ready to emit total amount of heat energy. So emissive power. So the definition is the amount of heat energy, radiated by the body per unit time, per unit area at a given temperature, and wavelength, at a given temperature and wavelength range. So this is called emissive power. The amount of heat energy radiated by the body per unit time, per unit area at a given temperature and wavelength range, that is called emissive power. Emissive power. So emissive power, generally E is defined as amount of heat energy radiated divided by time per unit area at a given wavelength range. So that is the emissive power, amount of heat energy radiated divided by time at a given time in a given area in a given wavelength range. This is called emissive power. Best example, what is this amount of heat energy radiated by the body per unit time per unit area at a given temperature and wavelength range? So best example we can discuss about this. For example, you people are sitting in exam hall. Of course, all of you skip your 10th class exams. If you people sitting in the examination hall, how much amount of performance you can do in the given time, in the given question paper, in your circumstances, in the presence of your invigilator. So that is the amount of heat energy radiated in the body, or how much amount you can represent. Simply it is simple example. So in exam, how much you can represent? So in certain conditions, what are the conditions? In the given time. So you have time interval maybe 3 hours, and in the given question paper, per unit time per unit area in the sense in the given question paper, you are writing the exam in that question paper only, not apart from that. So that's why in the given area, at a given temperature and wavelength, in the presence of the invigilator and in that exam hall. How many answers you can write, how much you can reproduce, how can you must represent on the paper. So that is your emissive power. That is the emissive power of the body. Amount of heat energy radiated by the body per unit time, per unit area at a given temperature and wavelength range. Best example you can remember, exam hall. In exam hall you have answer sheet. In that answer sheet, how much you can write? What are the circumstances? That is the amount of heat energy radiated. How much amount you write? What are the conditions? In unit time per unit area, in your given time and in your given question paper, at a given temperature and wavelength, given temperature and wavelength, that is means in the exam hall and that is the surroundings and in the presence of invigilator. So that is called emissive power. So what is the unit of this one? Energy, joule second meter square, angstroms, wavelength is also meters. So like that. So this is the unit, the amount of heat energy radiated. Next, and so for example, in this dE lambda is the energy radiated E lambda energy radiated in a small wavelength region d lambda. For small wavelength d lambda, let E lambda is the energy radiated in that wavelength, E suffix lambda in the sense wavelength region. So total amount of energy radiated, so total E lambda is equals to integral of E lambda d lambda. Total amount of emissive power or total amount of energy radiated E is equals to integral of E lambda into d lambda. So, how the energy varies with wavelength. So, for different wavelength ranges, energy radiated differently. For different wavelength regions, energy radiated differently. For all wavelengths, same amount of energy does not emitted. For all wavelengths, same amount of energy does not radiated. So, for example, wavelength range we can discuss in the exam hall. Let us say for all insulator our representation is not same. So, that depends on insulator also, it changes by using the surroundings. So, in the same way, so for all wavelength ranges energy radiated is not same. So, if the wavelength region changes, amount of energy radiated also changes. If insulation is loose, we can write perfectly. It is less, like that. So, this is the emissive power and emission of energy. Next, one more thing is here is emissivity. Emissivity, it is denoted with small e. How can you define emissivity? Emissivity in the sense E is equals to emissive power of the body, emissive power of the any body divided by emissive power of perfect black body. Emissive power of perfect black body, that is called emissivity. Emissivity is defined as emissive power of the body divided by emissive power of the perfect black body, perfect black body. So, what is the perfect black body means? Topper. Emissive power of the body means normal student. Emissivity must be is nothing but comparison of the emissivity of the emissive power of the body with respect to the ideal one. Comparison of the emissive power of the body with respect to ideal one. Emissive power of the perfect black body, emissive power of the body divided by emissive power of the perfect black body. Perfect black body means whatever is the amount of energy absorbed by that body, the total amount of energy must be radiated. And that means how much amount of energy absorbed, total amount of energy must be emitted. That is called black body. Next we can discuss about this. But all the bodies are not like that. So, for example, we read of course we can complete all the syllabus, but our representation is somewhat weak. So, that depends on emissive power. So, perfect black body means how much the person can prepare, total he can represent. That is the perfect black body, that is depends on topper. But this here E value always less than men, E value always less than 1, E value always less than 1. So, this is the emissive power and emissivity. Next, what is absorptive power and absorptivity? Absorptive power. Next, absorptive power. How can you define this absorptive power? So, it is defined as the amount of heat energy ratio of absorptive power is defined as the ratio of amount of heat energy absorbed by the body per unit time and per unit area divided by the total amount of heat energy incident on that surface. For example, certain amount of energy incident on that surface, that body does not absorb all the amount of heat energy, only it absorbs certain part of heat energy, that is absorptive power. For example, 100 joules of heat energy incident on that body per unit area. For example, if we consider the small area here, small area, in this small area, let us say 100 joules of heat energy incident. If the body absorbs all the amount of all the heat energy, that is black body. But all the bodies does not absorbs heat energy, total amount of heat. Some bodies absorbs only certain part of heat energy. So that is the absorptive power. Absorptive power is defined as the amount of heat energy absorbed by the body, divided by the total amount of heat energy incident on that body per unit time and per unit area at a given temperature and wavelength. That is called absorptive power. So, in our situation, our example, for example, we have 3 hours study hour, let us say maths. So, let us say 25 problems will given. Let us say 100 joules of heat energy incident, but how much the body can absorb. So, for example, 3 hours study hour, math study hour, 25 problems will give. The teacher will give 25 problems. How many problems we can do? That is your absorptive power. So, different people can do, let us say 1 problem or 2 problems, 3 problems, depending on your caliber. If any person can do 25 problems, that is a black body. So, that means perfect absorber, like that. So, some people can do 1 problem, some people can do 5 problems, some people can do 10 problems, some people can do 20 problems, like that, depending on your caliber. So, some people cannot do any problems, some people may wasting time by chit chatting with others in the study hours. So, like that, the different situations. So, this is the absorptive power. So, that is best example, Next step, in this, how can you define this? Absorptive power is defined as A lambda is equals to total, write down the definition. It is defined as the ratio of amount of heat energy incident on the surface of the body, to the amount of heat energy absorbed by the body. So, it is defined as the ratio of amount of heat energy incident on the surface of the body to the amount of heat energy absorbed by the body per unit time, per unit area at a given temperature and wavelength. Absorptive power, it is a dimensionless quantity. Because A lambda is equals to, how can you define? Ratio of amount of energy absorbed by the body divided by amount of energy incident on the body. So, that is, it is the ratio of energies, that's why it is a unitless quantity, unitless and dimensionless quantity. Absorptive power of the body is a unitless and dimensionless quantity. and absorptive power of the perfect black body is absorptive power of perfect black body is 1. Absorptive power of the perfect black body is 1. So, this is the absorptive power, emissive power and absorptive power. You can remember the examples, then you can easily understand this. Next. Next, what is a black body? What is the black body and what is black body radiation, like that? Black body is nothing but a perfect absorber and perfect emitter. So, that means whatever is the heat energy incident on that body, whatever is the heat energy incident on that body absorbs all the amount of heat energy. That body absorbs all the amount of heat energy, but when it requires, it emits all the amount of heat energy. Perfect absorber. So, absorber means black body, means simply we can write it as it is. So, perfect absorber and so perfect emitter. So, black body is nothing but a perfect absorber and perfect absorber means absorbs all the amount of heat energy incident on that, but when it requires, it emits all the amount of energy what it absorbs. When it requires, it emits all the energy. Where this energy comes from? When it absorbs. So, that is perfect absorber and perfect emitter, but perfect black body does not exist. Perfect black body does not exist. Generally, the nearest approach is lamp black and platinum black. Lamp black is approximately 96% and it is 98% existing. Lamp black acts as the 96% of the black body and platinum black acts as the 98% of the black body, 98% black body. So, that means here 4% failure, 2% failure it is. Perfect black body does not exist. Nearest approach of this is lamp black and platinum black. What is the black body? How it can be constructed? Ferri's black body. How it construction is, let us say Ferri's black body, it is, he constructed like that. Ferri's black body. So, this is the thick means, why it considers thick condition means it does not loses heat energy. For that purpose, it does not loses heat energy. It does not loses any amount of heat energy. So, like this. Here it is the shape like this, a small opening like this. This is having the small opening. If the energy radiation incident on this like this, if the light energy or heat radiation incident on that body, why it is shaped like this here is, why it is shaped like this means, if it is very sharp, what is the shape means? Why it is means, if the light radiation incident on this, then it reflected in different ways like that. It does not reflected exactly in opposite direction. Very small chance of reflection perfectly opposite direction. If the light ray enters like this, then it reflects like in different directions because of this shape. Otherwise, if the light energy incident at this position, then it reflects exactly in opposite direction, but it does not happens here. So, due to this shape. So this specially construction it is. If the light energy reflected in different directions due to multiple reflections, different. So whatever is the reflections, during the first reflection 20% of the energy absorbed, during the second reflection 36% of the energy absorbed, during third reflection, during this multiple reflections existing in the body only, so that due to each reflection the intensity gradually decreases, so that's why total amount of energy must be absorbed by that body. This is the construction of the black body. See here, if the light ray enters like this, then it reflects like this, in different ways it reflects, but exactly in opposite, reflection of the light ray exactly in opposite direction is very less possible. So that's why this shape is designed here. So due to multiple reflections, the body, the light radiation must be absorbed by that body, the complete amount. During first reflection 80% of the energy reflected, during second one 64% of the energy reflected, like that continuously. If the body absorbs heat energy, so that means nothing, there is no amount of heat energy coming from that body. Whatever is the energy incident, the total energy must be absorbed. So that is the construction of the Ferris black body. Next we can discuss about black body radiation. Next class.